because that's a thing. Okay, Feature Friday. Let me share my screen. Okay, so you can tell me, have you guys seen the calculator tools? Ah, this is awesome. Okay, this is super awesome. Okay, so from your dashboard, so I already made this in advance. Uh, say my lead magnet is like a smoothie a day, right? Or the product that I'm selling. And I want my page. So these kind of so these are interactive tools, right? And the idea is what? It can help with SEO. It can make you more of an expert. It differentiates you, makes you more helpful, keeps them on your page longer and more likely to opt in. So it can help increase conversions. But let's take a look at it first and then we can talk about it. Oh, it's already here. Okay, so it wouldn't normally be on the page. Let's say you're creating a new one. Oop, and let me get rid of it. So we can start from the beginning. So this was just my example of, hey, this is for a smoothie a day thing, right? And so let's say, why do I want a smoothie a day? Because I'm fat and I need to lose weight. Um, which might be very personal, but there it is. It's true. So, so we're on the offer page. Click on some text to bring up the section editor. Add a new section. Click the plus, and down here at the bottom, tools and calculators, and it's beta. And I'll explain beta in just a little bit. But click on here. There's just one tool builder that you're going to add to your page. And then from here, open the tool editor. We actually have a library of some ready-made calculators for you. So for my smoothie page, I might want protein intake for weight loss, or a weight loss workout calculator, or micronutrients, right? Something health related, right? Depending on what I'm trying to accomplish, my angle on my smoothie opt-in or product. So let's just say we'll take this one now. So we're going to add it to the page. And when it's in the page, it's not functional, right? I mean, you can it's there, but the page isn't live. So we need to publish the page to see what it looks like. Publish it, and then we open it. And there it is. And let's say I'm going to put in my stuff, calculate it. Now this is my color palette, and that didn't come out looking good. So looks like we'll need to do that. But look, ta-da! And it's got cool little animations, and yay, we have tools. So how can you use this? So like I said, on your sales page, it increases engagement. I have some notes here that are, so it increases engagement. It provides more value directly from your sales page. It can drive your opt-ins. It's a segue into the thing that you're selling. And again, it's like it builds that trust and positioning you as an expert in everything else. You're so good. You already know what they need and you give them this tool. So that's how you can use it on a sales page. But you can also, instead, you can use it on your delivery page, right? So depending on how you're using depending on what you're doing. So say you're giving them a workbook and this is the little calculator they need to do the things for the little workbook or exercise that you give them. Or you're teaching a course, right? And you're hosting the mini course with the videos on the delivery page. Or it's a planner or something. It's something that somehow supplements the product that you're delivering to them or the service or whatever. And so there is all kinds of context for using it on your delivery page too. Super, super useful. So with that, Right now, it is in beta. So what does beta mean? So beta means we're probably going to find bugs. And it also means this is a new concept that we're rolling out to you guys. So we have a library of ready-made calculators for you, but also if you have a specific request, so this isn't a build your own calculator, it's not quite there yet. We're working on that. So, but in the meantime, if you have a very specific one you want to use, then you can just, hit us up in Intercom or something and we will build it for you. So, and add it to the library. So that's part of the beta thing because we want to see now that we've got it, we're throwing it out in the world at you to see how you're using it and how we can make it better. So yes, you're the bug hunters. Yes, like how much house can I afford? Exactly. There's a lot of real estate use cases for it. There's a lot of health ones. There's a lot of finance ones. Yep.
Is there a list of ones that already exist, or do we have to just go in there and play around?
There's not a list right now, but that's a good point. That will be my next blog post for the knowledge base, so I can put that.
You're welcome, Janine.
Yes, we're doing it live, right? That's awesome.
At some point, the teacher needs to wade in and say, let's get this organized, shall we?
Well, yeah, we kind of tag team on that because, Feature Friday, this is usually Holly or Rachel, and I'm the one who's supposed to be getting that organized and putting it out on the Learn. But we just had a little different stuff going on this week, and we always have to test it. But so what do you guys think? Useful, not useful? Not sure how you can use it for your niche?
I think one of the things I'm going to mainly be using this for, and I just thought this morning, I was thinking, how could I sort of integrate this? Because realtors in general, and mortgage folks really, they tend to use all of the canned products that their particular brand or brokerage offers. Oh, well, my real estate company sends the cards for me. Well, okay, but they look like this. Or my brokerage does all the emails for me. Okay, well, that's great, but where are those emails? Do you have those emails? Who owns those emails? They do. And so what I'm thinking I might do today, maybe not even today, because I've got guests coming in for the whole weekend. What I might do maybe Sunday afternoon, Monday, is put out a post. I'm looking for a realtor that sends their own emails regularly. I'd like to test a lead magnet, and I need a beta tester for free to test a lead magnet to see if this is something that's useful, and get somebody to, jump on board with me and let me use them as a guinea pig. And then I would host the lead magnet for them for 3 months, 6 months, whatever. I would tell them I would host it for them. And then after that, if they want to become my Pagewell customer, great. But it would just give me the opportunity to see, how it works, and tell them this is in beta testing,
Yeah.
we're trying to see how it's rolling. Could you please provide me with feedback in exchange for me letting you use this and teaching you throughout the next 2 or 3 months how to grow an email list?
Yep. I haven't done anything other than note it in my head, but I've noted because I get, all kinds of advertising that are about marketing things. And it's like in the last, I don't know, it's been months, not like new weeks or days kind of thing, but it's like there are people who are running paid ads saying we're looking for beta testers. So I haven't tried that approach, and I haven't delved into that topic, but I know it's a thing. So you would not be alone.
Well, I don't think I don't think I'll need to run an ad, and I don't want more than 1 or 2 beta testers.
Oh, no, you don't need to run ads, but my point is that it's a thing to the extent that presumably if they keep running those ads, they're profitable with them, and they are actually using them as the beginning of their sales funnel. So,
well, they are, because I know one of them that I saw the other day. I got an email from her. it's no telling how I got on all these lists, but I got an email from her that said, before I launch my mastermind, I'm looking for XYZ beta testers. And even that was $27. But people will throw $27 down to be a beta tester when really it's probably she's not beta testing still. She's just
Right.
filling up the top of her funnel.
Right. Or yeah, because a lot of their one method of course creation is where you pre-sell and then you're creating it as you go, right?
Yeah.
And so that way, I think actually promoting that as a beta tester is more, it sets expectations better for the
Yeah.
people who are going to be involved in it.
Right.
Yeah. What else, guys? Yes.
There's new emails. She just released 10 new emails.
I am so excited. I was just looking at emails and starting to plan my email drips.
I know,
And
me
I saw
too.
that this morning. I have to tell you, we've had a week of like, God has been like dumping things out of the sky for us. And then that happened this morning, and I was like, well, thank you again, because that was what I needed when I needed. And man, has it been a week. So
Yeah.
I can't wait to get in there and look at them.
Here, I'm going to post the link in the chat.
I was just going to ask for that. Yep. Boop. Let's see.
And then I shared the list of things that she shared that was coming released earlier this week. I can go back to that post, but
Yeah, let's do it.
always letting the cat out of the bag.
Yep.
Well, that post was back on the 25th, I think, this week. And some of that stuff you just showed. And then one of them is embedded feeds, which I don't know how much of us actually use that. Maybe some do. And then the other one was check or uncheck, send me notification for my leads, and then check or uncheck, send me when my customers email me there.
Yeah. Yeah. Some people, yep.
But the emails are to me, the emails are most exciting.
Okay. Let me see.
Especially people struggling with emails.
Yeah. And that's funny because that's really like the core thing everybody should doing. Page Wheel was designed, the whole concept is around building your email list. And look at how we've grown since then. But that's still, it's like, but that fundamental never changes. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Janine,
Let's do it.
I have a glitch happening. I don't know if you want to look at it or play with it, but while y'all were talking about emails, I went over to add that calculator section to my sales page, and it's blinking and not adding. You want to see it?
Yes.
Just so that we can I figure we're kind of your bug hunters, you know?
Well, that's
No
like I said,
judgment here.
that's why, again, setting expectations, that's why beta for sure, let me know. Do you know which calculator was it?
I can't get any of them. I'll do a screen share here if you let me.
Yep. Should try now.
Okay, so here's where I'm at. Oops, where did I blink to? Can you see my page build screen?
No.
No.
Okay, try it again. Share. It says the host doesn't allow for multiple people.
Nobody else sharing.
I don't know what that means.
So if you click the share button, there's an option for just the host to share or for other people to.
Yeah. Yeah.
You clicked it?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm looking at my host tools and it says allow all participants to share screen. I don't know what happened.
That's okay. So go to the share and just at the bottom, because it says sharing is not turned on. The host isn't allowing for sharing this meeting.
I'm just rude.
I know. I thought y'all were my friends.
I don't know. No, seriously. Okay, Zoom. I'm blaming Zoom and not myself because I don't want to be responsible for this. Seriously, I don't. Hold on, let me try to lock it up and unlock it.
Are you
if
clicking the
it's-
share button in the tray at the bottom?
Yeah. Well, I have host tools, and so I just,
But I think somewhere I've had glitches with that before when I've tried to let my clients share their screens. And if I do it in the settings, it doesn't work as well as if I do it out of the tray and then hit
yeah. Okay,
allow multiple.
yeah. Try now.
I don't know. Somebody else try it. I'm still getting sharing is not turned on.
Yeah, same here. It says, oh, mine's sharing now.
There it went. There it went. Okay.
Maybe it's just like,
Okay. Now you should be able to see it. So I was going to drop a calculator in between these two sections.
uh-huh.
So I go here, add new, go to tools, click on tool builder, and it's just blinking. It's not adding it.
Scroll down,
Oh,
adding it below it.
oh, well, duh. You got to be smarter than the computer.
No,
There we go.
That is not a bug.
Yay! I just didn't scroll down. I was waiting for it to go in between there, but it drops under it. Okay, well, good thing to know.
Section by section. So that just was a case of the bottom of that section was just not quite visible. So
I gotta look up a little bit more social media engagement. Oh, these are great, you guys. Look at all these membership profitability.
Now you have 3 of them, Nikki.
I know, I saw that. I'll go clean that up. But at least I was thinking it was just like it's blinking, but then where did it go?
Yeah.
Scroll.
Yep. And I just want to emphasize we're just rolling this out. We would love requests to add to that library. So if you have other use cases, obviously we expect people to need more things. I mean, when I was looking for examples for us to put in there, it's like there's a ton of different calculators out there. Ultimately, what we're actually working on the back end of that is that you can type in the type of calculator that you want if it's not in the library and it'll make it, but that's not there yet. We need some more.
That's a lot of code, yeah.
But it would be so many.
I'm so excited. Just like ideas for everybody. I know we've got other coaches in here, but I love how April's gonna test it. I'm gonna steal your idea, April, and apply it to coaches.
Yeah.
But the tool that I just saw in there so I'm going to do the same thing, hey, I need a beta tester, so we'll get this going. But the tool I just saw in there, and this could be a great idea for coaches, is the lifetime customer value.
Oh, so, yeah.
Where I'm teaching other coaches and consultants to run their practices. That's one of my whole big things is they're like, I can't make money at this. I got to go back to my W-2 job. And it's like, no, you just need better customers. And what a great tool to show them the lifetime value of actually getting the right customer. That's going to be fantastic for my growth club.
So Nikki, do you think that you could actually start though and use that tool as a lead magnet for yourself?
Oh, that's fantastic too. Oh, great idea.
Like that could be your lead magnet to get more emails of coaches and say, hey, coaches, what is the value? What is the lifetime value of a client? Do you want to know? Click here and here's our free calculator. And then when you get those email addresses, those are the people that you're going to say, hey, do you want to test this? Because those people are coaches and they're going to want to send this to their list. And it's like this domino and you've tested it on everybody.
This is brilliant. That is the most exciting funnel. I could tell you, like, I love this group. I absolutely love this group. The people that are not showing up here do not know what they are missing.
Every once in a while, I have something smart come out and I look at my husband and I say, see, not just a hat rack.
right?
And
Well,
I just
yeah,
want
and there's so many angles on that, like marketing wise, right? It's like
Mhm.
you want to know it's like no, they want to, what do they want? They want to know if they're profitable. They want to know why are they losing money? I mean,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because
Well,
how
it's
many
not-
people, I mean, I don't, matter of fact, somebody just last week, and Rachel and I onboarded her yesterday. Somebody, she might even be here. No. So just last week, I had someone reach out to me from my send out cards community. And y'all know I've been doing send out cards for a long time. It's still hands down the cheapest way to send a card. I don't care what you're using. It's even cheaper than the dollar store at this point. But I had her reach out to me because there's a high churn rate, just like there's a high churn rate with going to the gym. There's a pretty high churn rate with using send out cards because people just forget that they have the tool, probably the same way with Page Wheel. I have people that are still paying for Page Wheel from way back and they haven't even logged in since I don't know when, right? So this person reached out to me and said, I need more than one stream of income. What are you doing? That is all she asked me. And I said, let's jump on a Zoom. I will show you what I'm doing and see if it works for you. She works with tons of businesses already. She's got a full-time job and all the things. And she immediately jumped into the agency level. Rachel and I onboarded her yesterday and she's like ready to go. So that is worth 30 bucks a month to me because I'm an affiliate for Page Wheel, right? So just being visible, doing what we're doing can actually attract the income that we're all looking for, even if it's a little at a time.
mhm.
And I wanted to say too about the customer lifetime value is I'm thinking about using it as a reason or maybe even expanding it and asking for a calculator to show the value of an optimized profile. Because a lot of times the people that I'm looking at, like whether they're on LinkedIn or Alignable or Facebook, they're not targeting their market well enough. And so they're not attracting that constant new lead flow that they need.
Mhm.
So I think those two things together would be like a marriage in heaven.
Yep.
So
KJ's not here today, but I could see this really being something. There's a bunch of them in there that could be really helpful for KJ too.
Mhm. Yeah.
These
Yeah.
are good. These are fantastic.
Mhm. I don't know where KJ is. I texted her.
So calculator for optimized profile, like why it matters, right? Like the value of that.
Mhm. Well, I mean, yeah, and I got to say, like, numbers are the most people are most intimidated by, both in both categories of pricing their things, right? Their
Yeah.
products and services. And on the other hand, just as well, I mean, it goes hand in hand, but as the business owner of like, yeah, why am I working so hard and I'm not making any money. There's money coming in, but where is it all going, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What is happening? So two different approaches to that.
Quick question. Maybe you guys already talked about this, Janine. So I was looking at the surveys as well. And so those are ready to go too. We can play with the survey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's one in there that's an anxiety level checker. I'm like, what a great lead magnet. It's like, how stressed are you over XYZ?
Yep.
And now you need us.
Yeah. Hey, are you looking at it right now? You want to share your screen? Yeah. And Kim wants to see them. And Kim was saying earlier, yeah, she said they want to know why is it so hard to make money? It's like, yep.
So yeah, here, this anxiety level check is just making me laugh because I'm like, wow, or burnout risk assessment. Boy, I can see the parallels here because so many coaches are like, the problem, somebody wrote, and I can't see the comments right now about it, it's hard to make money. The problem is that the people that struggle to make money are the ones with ethics and morals and values. Because I swear, and then they get stuck and they've got this burnout risk, they got an anxiety issues, and it's because
I have to do it right. And then there's the rest of us that are just running around willy-nilly like Phoebe running in the park. What?
Oh, no, I mean, like in the coaching world, there was actually a coach that got busted for renting Lamborghinis, driving up driveways of big houses out in California, jumping out, taking pictures, posting it as if he was this big successful coach. I know even in Omaha, I know a coach that, well, I got hired. He was my boss. He got fired for some very unethical things. He goes out, does HR consulting, and he's making a ton of money. And I'm like, how is this guy doing this? And then I'm like, well, I can't compete with that because I'm not that. And I think there's just too much ickiness out there that when you get people that are decent, good people that you want as clients, they feel the anxiety of trying to compete in a really loud market.
Yeah.
But
I've even
this stuff
seen
could be really good.
plays on that. Yeah, I've seen plays on that in advertising where this woman, she's standing in front of a private jet and she goes, and the hook is, I'm standing in front of a private jet. That must mean I'm really successful, right?
Right.
But she's joking, it's tongue in cheek, right? And the
Yeah.
same thing, it's like, I'm driving a Lamborghini. You have no idea if it's mine or not, but it looks really cool. Just playing on that because, yeah, it is got a reputation for sliminess, right? Or appeals to a very specific crowd and is very repellent to a lot of people. But yeah, that's always, the question since the beginning of the internet is like, is it quality, right? Or is it just junk? And and everybody knows there's mostly junk out there, but it can all look wonderful.
I have a name for those two profile people. One is Dude Bro 2.0 and the other one is Boss Babe Barbie. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, those are great names. So we've got Kim, the biggest eye opener I ever encountered was meeting ethical and very successful people like Rachel and Stu McLaren. And I realized it might be possible. Yeah. And Kim, and that brings up something else too, right? Nikki, regarding like imposter syndrome, right? How many people are not just and it rolls into the pricing thing too, not charging enough, or they're providing support services to other very successful people, but they totally have everything to do it themselves and they just can't make themselves do it, right?
That is so true. And I'm writing a note here to Christina. You had a comment about you get stuck because you feel like you have to do it perfectly and overthink. One of the best advices I got was actually a friend of Rachel and Stu's, and her name's Jill. And she made a comment to me one day. She's like, done is better than perfect. But the thing that I love the best about Page Wheel is shifted in your mind, Christina. Make it
a quick and easy way to treat bloating.
Somebody's fixing bloating.
Leslie,
sorry.
But think about it as a science lab. To me, that's what Page Wheel is. It's your science lab. So you walk into a lab, if you took high school chemistry or biology or whatever, and you got this big lab in front of you, you don't have to come out with the perfect product the first time. You start mixing things together and see what happens. And then if it doesn't work right, what do? You adjust your experiment. And that's what's beautiful about Page Wheel is, you create something, you put it out there. Done is better than perfect. But you can't tweak things and fix things and get the right formula if you don't start. So rather than thinking, oh, I've got to get Page Wheel perfect, or I've got to get this perfect or that perfect, focus on, and I don't know, I know we've got some people of faith in here, and I'm just going to say it. My grandfather always said, it's a good thing I'm not perfect because that's the day God's going to take me home and I'll be dead. So, this quest for perfect, I ain't ready to be perfect yet. That's the way I look at it. And so I don't know if that helps at all, but just think of Page Wheel as your science lab. It's not something meant to be perfect. It's something to put out there and then tweak and make it a game. How many people can I get? How many followers? How many, enrollees, whatever.
I
Yeah.
got a
One of
couple
the
riffs off of that too. Is like, Christina, you literally watch us do it not perfectly every time you, excuse me, show up here. It's like, what are we made it a game. We found a bug, right?
So yesterday I taught a master class, and I have 3 or 4 faithfuls who come to everything. And so technically, if I'm going to do something new that I haven't done before, I'll invite them to it and I'll run through it and teach it. And yesterday I was like making notes. Oh, I should add that to the workbook, because I'll create a workbook out of what I think I'm going to say. And then when I record, I think, oh, shoot, I should have put this in. So that's starting without being perfect, right? I give it away free to my 4 or 5 who take everything that I do and run through and record it like I'm going to get, I'm going to sell it. And then I can go back and fix the workbook. So that's released a lot of pressure for me, is recording it without thinking this has to be the perfect, right? There's never going to be a perfect. And to be honest, I don't want to follow anybody who's perfect. I am a person of faith.
Right.
I always tell people that I coach, if we were perfect, we would need Jesus. So, yeah, that's what I do. I don't know if
I was
that's
going to
helpful or
say,
not.
people who expect perfect are definitely not my audience, right? I mean, that's never going
Can
to
I
work.
tell you a story about not perfect?
But
I make a lot of videos, and I was using a template for a video one day just to make a bow, right? And I do a lot of them, so I know what I'm doing. But I decided to try this template from Filmora or something, and it was great. It was easy. I did the thing. I made the bow. I put the video out. It went viral. It was going crazy. I've had like maybe 500,000 views on that video. And guess what? Right in the middle of the screen in small letters, if you look for it, you can see put text here. Right across my face, put text here through the entire 8-minute video.
no.
And you know what? I think in all the 500,000 views, I've had maybe 2 people notice it. Right. So, but there I've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments of thank you for the video. It really helped me out. I now know how to make a bow. Like it changed their lives or whatever. Maybe one person was like, what is that text?
I gotta
It's like,
say, there's like sometimes it's intentional, right? Like sometimes we would throw out a post on Facebook with a big typo in it, like say in the title of the blog post, and then all the grammar Nazis come out, right?
not gonna
Oh
try
my God,
that.
I can't believe you spelled this wrong. And we're just, and we're thanking them and all that. Thanks so much. No, no, no. After that post has gotten its engagement and kind of plateaued out, then we start responding to them and thanking to them because they did take the time to point it out. So they were trying to be helpful. But the angry ones always made me laugh because I'm like, you're just helping us with our engagement. So thank you for all your angry remarks. That's awesome. Right.
Yeah.
But the other
Just
thing
to-
is like if you put out a product or something and people are emailing you back and saying, it's like you're getting feedback on making it better, but also if they're reaching out to you, that's literally a moment to start building a relationship with a real customer and that is gold to be able to do that
Absolutely.
and get better insight from them. And what are they really looking for? There may be nothing wrong with your thing, but they were looking for something, it's like, it's not what they needed. And so either it's
Everything I've
something else you
put
can
out,
help them with, or you can point them in the right direction. That's not you. And either way, it's still building that relationship that's going to help you in the long run.
I think Christina talked about overthinking it, which I mean, I think we're probably all guilty of that at some point. But I think what the difference is that most of us here have finally figured out, I'm never going to guess all the ways this could go wrong, which is what perfectionism is. It's trying to fix everything before it ever happens. And I think I heard a good thing a long time ago. It said 95% of the stuff you worry about never even happens. And so you spend all this time wasted on that 5% that might happen. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Way better to do like Nikki, put it out like a science experiment, see what comes back, fix the 5%, and then move on.
Yeah.
Forget about the 90. It
Yeah.
just makes it so much more pleasurable to think, okay, I'm gonna give this a shot, see what happens.
Yeah. That is in like every industry, right? When we're testing video games, it's like you're testing it forward of this is what's supposed to happen, how it's supposed to work, but then there's unexpected user behaviors and you're like, I don't know why anybody would ever do that. But they found
But
it.
here they are.
And now we got to fix it, right? But even in medicine, when you put, it's like you do clinical trials, you start with a small group and then you go to a bigger group and then a bigger group. And then when you put it out in the world, it's like you're still testing, and there's a point at which you may recall the drug, you might recall the car, right? I mean, it's everywhere. So
That's
yeah,
true.
setting
Yeah.
expectations at perfect is just being
You
really,
put it out the best you can.
don't be mean to yourself.
Right.
No,
This
give yourself
reminds
cut
me
yourself a
of
slack.
um, Holly on Wednesday in the agency thing was talking about how they are doing some stuff. And that's the other thing that's worth noting. You know, Holly said they were talking about how those recipe posts are just going really well, but they'll only go well for a certain amount of time. I think Holly was talking about like hiring a VA and how to give work to a VA and all of that. But even within that, we all know things only go well for a certain amount of time and then they die off, the algorithms change. And so if you don't have that test lab mentality to begin with, the thing is, even if you get lucky and something goes viral day one, which is a fluke, to be honest, even if that does happen, you're not going to be able to replicate that for long. You can't just build your whole business around that because it will change. I mean, the only thing constant is changed. And so anyway, it just made me think about Holly talking about that they know those posts aren't going to last forever.
Yeah, and that's what marketing is a thing, right? Because even the best ad or whatever, or tagline, or it can become stale over time. It was awesome, and then it was super recognizable, and you got all that growth, but then it became too much, right? So why do McDonald's or the Army or whoever like change? Because they have to, right? They're trying to attract a new audience or something, and that doesn't resonate. But yeah, absolutely, it's like nothing. We all want the no kidding, set it and forget it until the end of time. But there's no.
And the inverse is true too, Janine. We've seen what happens to companies, even big name brands, like I think of Sears, who didn't change and adapt with the times. They didn't maintain that test lab mentality, and where are they now?
Yeah. Well, I do. Yeah, for real. And yeah.
And
And
Amazon.
you can't merge yourself out of a bad business model. There's that too. But so like the Army is a good example. If you remember their whole be all you can be, that's so powerful, right? I don't know why they changed it for real, but they changed it to an army of one. Which, right, it's like, and basically they got some psychologists involved in this really convoluted reasoning behind what that meant. But it's like they were thinking way too hard about that. And it was like, it absolutely was the opposite of, it's like, it's an oxymoron, and there's nothing about that was good. And it just, they're, as far as they're using advertising for the recruiting effort, it was an abysmal failure. But they never went back to be all you can be, which I thought was strange. It's like, bring it back. There's a new generation of people. It's so good, repackage it or something. But yeah, fails and successes. Okay, so you guys want to take a look at those emails? We can take a look at those emails.
I mean, big companies do. Coca-Cola had, years and years ago, they changed the formula and made the new Coke, and it was terrible. But they eventually did go back to the old version because they got enough complaints from their base, who they knew really well,
Yeah, dude, people were like buying old Coke and stocking it in their attics, right? It was crazy.
Imagine now on social media what we'd be doing, right?
Be crazy. Okay. Oh, that's Facebook. So here's the Facebook post with, look, there's new emails, chaos to clarity, reason they're stuck. You've been lied to. What? I don't believe it. That never happens. Okay, so who wants to be the example? And if you're new to this, I just want to say again, so we're over in Copy Pack. Sorry, actually, you can hit the logo here from your dashboard. You can get here from the blue button of Copy Packs, or go to the Copy Packs maker. that got us there. And then whoop, that's taken me to where I left off. But I'm going back. This is the main page you'll get to for the first time. And we tell us about your product or program. We'll create your copy. Here's a hint here, weight loss program for female food addicts. So what is your thing, the weight loss program? Who is it for? It's for females. And what is their problem? Food addicts. They are food addicts. So who wants to be a guinea pig? Anybody? Oh, guys. Okay.
I gotta get off.
I'm gonna go with my Pinterest social media.
Sorry, Paul.
What?
Can I ask a question?
Sure. Ask it.
So I'm wondering if this might work for me. So you're coming up with an email here, correct?
Yes,
Is
it's gonna
what you're
generate
doing?
emails for you. Yes.
I got lost a little bit because I got a bunch going on here in the house. So I'm with Melaleuca. I think April's kind of dropped in a couple questions for me here and there before. But the weight loss thing kind of triggered a question for me. So we have a free R3, it's called weight loss program within Melaleuca that customers have access to.
Uh-huh.
Is there a way for me to use this to advertise that aspect of Melaleuca? Are you
Sure.
familiar with what Melaleuca is? So it's an online shop club, wellness products, pretty much everything that you could get at Walmart or Target, but non-toxic and most of the time cheaper.
Yep. So yeah, so over time, so say, they're either you're gonna, let me start over. Generally, if the person has to make a choice, they're not gonna buy. So you want to focus on one product at a time when you're promoting stuff, right? And so you have a library of products to draw from, sounds like. So so you're going to pick your product, but then even with that, when we're talking about growing your business over time. So say you're getting ready for January and it's resolutions time, and you know which product hops off the shelves during that time of year. So you're going to pick that one, but how are you going to promote it? It's like, well, that's where even though it's the same product and you've been doing this for 20 years and you promote it every January, it's like there are many different marketing angles that work and different audiences, like you say, right? Because who wants to lose weight? It's like you have couch potatoes, you have women who just had babies, right? You have, I don't know, it's a huge industry. You know what they are. There's all these different avatars. So that's where you could go in here and put your, protein, I don't know what you're doing, but it's a protein powder for postpartum women who want to lose weight. So I didn't do it as exactly in the same grammatical structure as the hint, right? But I have what is the thing, and you don't have to. I just like to point out this hint because when you put if you're not getting good results, it's like this is not using the catchy title of the program. It's using plain language. So that's why I just like to point that out. So we don't know the name of the protein powder and we don't have to, right? We're just trying to get good output here. So we've got our thing is a protein powder, who it's for, postpartum women, and their problem is they want to lose weight. And we'll just do, wait, which one of these were the new emails?
So while you're doing that, can I ask you another question? So
You're looking at the social media. Sorry there, Janine.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, well, what did I just do? Thanks. Can't even read. You got to pay attention to what you're doing. And so let's do the you've been lied to, just because that's kind of catchy. What's going on? And Gina, that's not only for new people, but depending on how you're segmenting your audiences in your list, or what after you've done this the first time and you tag people who are, buying based on a certain angle, then you can, use it again. Or you know who those people are now. It's like, well, maybe not postpartum, right? They might not have another kid, but you never know. Maybe they do. Or maybe it's like, I am still losing baby weight and my youngest is 27. That's the lie I tell myself, right? Okay. Okay, so what have we got going on? So here, I'll just read it. Hello, beautiful. You've been misled. It might sting, but listen up. Your current beliefs about protein powder in your postpartum weight loss journey, they are standing between you and that dream figure you long to see in the mirror. Let's unpack this. For too long, the diet industry has baptized protein powder as the holy grail of postpartum weight loss. But let me drop this hard-hitting truth bomb. They've been lying to you. Protein powder is not the golden ticket to burn fat post-childbirth. What? But I was told, I hear you saying. Yes, most postpartum moms have been spoon-fed this belief too. Even fitness influencers and healthcare professionals keep sharing this narrative. But dare to discover the truth behind this facade? Oop, there's a typo. So this is why I say always in the workshops, right? Read through these and make sure they're in your voice and fix anything you come across like that. Here's the bombshell. Protein powder is a tool, and just like any tool, if you don't use it correctly, it may not work. It's not the powder itself, but rather how you incorporate it into your healthy habits. So Gina, so like this one is like, that might be going off track for you if you're selling the protein powder, right? Where you're like, wait a minute, it's disparaging it, but let's see where it goes with it. Picture this, a carpenter uses his tools skillfully. It's like, might be useful, but it's ineffective when trusted to get the whole job done. Now wipe away that frown. The secret is inside. Relying on a single magic bullet. So it kind of faded out at the end. Interesting. So, but where would we go with this for your protein powder example, right? It's like where I was like, wait a minute, it's getting off track, but it might lead into, you have to use it correctly, right? You have to use it at the same time. You have to use it 30 minutes before your exercise, or after, or whatever it is. And so, what are you doing? Because this is an email, right? So the person who's reading this, it's like, they might not be interested in protein powder or have a passing one and they're not looking to buy right now, but they're like, wow, you really know what you're talking about and you're really trying to help me use it. You're not just trying to sell me a protein powder and you don't care what happens after that. It's like, it's still, this is what happens. What is email marketing? It's relationship building, right? Because they're already on your list. So there's that. Or this email could potentially be part of a funnel, right? Of like, hey, where we find the most success is when you use the protein powder plus the thing and the thing for this super powerful package that gives you 10 times the result instead of 3 times, or whatever. There's a lot of different angles you can carry off of here and use these emails. What do you think of that?
These are fantastic.
Yay!
Yeah, that sounds great. Thank you.
Awesome.
So I just had a question though. So you would focus on individual products, not the store as a whole.
Well, that depends. I guess I threw it out there without context, right? So this is an email. When are they sending them this email? So imagine, how is somebody, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I haven't started sending emails yet, so this is going to be all new for me. So this is like a first get started getting people's emails and sending my whatever emails I get emails.
Oh, okay. Okay. So so in that case, have you seen our thing on email marketing on the blog?
Probably not yet.
Okay, let me see if I can find that link for you. Because you use emails different ways. And you know, whether you're launching a new product, which in your case would be maybe introducing a new product, right? A new product to your audience. You're selecting one that you're going to focus on. And then,
Janine, I was going to ask you about that. Sorry to interrupt. When you go to the Learn page, you see the 4 blogs at the top, and then you scroll down to take me to the blog, and it takes you right back to the same. See right there, up there where it says
This
take me
one?
to the blog? It takes you back to that same page.
Okay. You found a bug. Try this.
Because I was looking for that too. I was like, there's got to be more than 4 things in this.
There is. Yeah. So you're talking, yeah. And this is rolling into it's.
But where are the rest of the.
So see this one on top? Let's see if that's a bug. There we go. Click the one on top.
Okay.
And let me copy that link.
Email marketing made easy. That's what we need.
Yeah. So this one.
All right. So I'm going to get I've got somebody that is creating blog posts for me from these blog posts.
Yeah.
And so she basically takes this blog post and puts it on my website as a blog post and puts my affiliate links in it.
Yeah. But April, isn't that stealing?
No, y'all told me to do it.
We want you to do it. Yeah. And then
you told me to do that. I'm marketing your product.
Right. Yeah. I was going to say, guys. Yeah. It's like for sure. Yeah. April in particular is an affiliate for Page Wheel. Most people, you know, in our bigger audience of stuff, they're using Page Wheel for their own business, and that's not the case. But still, it's like model what we do. You know, the strategy works. It's like the marketing foundations are sound. So Gina, I just want to show you this in Learn. It's like, so this one, there's video, there's Feature Fridays. This is where we try to wrap up a lot of this stuff. This was our Monday workshop where we walked through this whole thing. And then within this blog post are like, here's the step-by-step. Here's what's going on. Here's some other resources and other things you can do with this. But I would watch both. Watch Rachel's. Watch these all. Start here. You know. But with that said, right? Like, don't get overwhelmed with it. Get to the first part. So basically, the first part is done for you. So let's talk about not getting bogged down. So the first part being the delivery email that's going to go out to your people from your Page Wheel page is done for you. You're just going to edit it in the workflow and it's done. And Page Wheel is going to capture that person, right? And then generally what happens is over in your email service provider, and this is what you're going to use copy packs for, is you're going to use a couple emails to welcome them, right? Regardless of where they came from. Or it might depend on the product and how you're using your email service provider. But basically, you know, because this is over time. So you're going to have people buying from you every day. They're going to get welcomes. And then eventually they're going to get moved on to your overall big list. And that's where they're going to be getting your daily or weekly or whatever, bi-weekly or monthly, whatever your regular periodic email is going out to them, right? And this in Learn there, it'll talk about all that stuff. You know, like how often should I do it? It's like it tells you about that, right? How often should I do it? What kind of things can I put out there? And the point is, it's like on the one hand, you might be creating new Page Wheel product pages to promote more of your products, but your email list is going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And they're going to get to know you and like the entertaining or educational or other stuff you're putting out there just to nurture that relationship. And then intermittently, you're going to sell to them. So when January's coming up, you're going to be like, hey guys, January's coming up. And you may, you know, if you know me, you probably saw this last year and our people got great results. And I just want to share this with you again, you know, because in the big list, the people who may have seen it before, but that's not what they needed then, and they need it now. So you'll get into this cycle of promoting the things you've already launched. Does that make sense? Yeah. But you just one at a time, just do that one thing. And it's got the one delivery email and get it live and get it out there. Yeah.
I think that's what's overwhelming, or at least it was for me. And I still have to catch myself, because what I want to do when somebody says, what is page wheel? I want to word vomit all over them because it does so many things.
Yeah.
But what I've got to make myself do is say, I would love to show you the tool that I'm using. Do you have an email list? And the person says no. And I'm like, okay, let's talk about that first. And let me show you what it will do for that, because you need to have an email list before you have anything else. It almost doesn't matter what your social media looks like until you have an email list ready to go.
Yeah. I don't have a good like 30-second.
That's job one.
Either.
And so that is my initial, now Shannon was different. The girl that just did the agency level, she's been in marketing for 20 years, and she saw I started showing her the email part of Page Wheel, and she goes, ooh, what's this? Ooh, what's this? And I clicked on everything, and she was just like, send me the link. Like she was just, I'm doing this, and so you're going to run across those people too. Yeah. Christine says, I just found out about Page Wheel for totally. See, Christine. Yeah, Christine, I'm telling you, this is the thing that is low tech, high output, that makes you really look like you know what you're doing. And if all these people who are throwing things on social media, trying to sell something, could just do one thing, build their email list. If that's all you do, get good at that, get some good emails going out there, and then do the next thing, which could be your social media or something like that. But that's how I've ended up. And I just looked at my little total the other day. It was over $4,000. And that's the little total that shows up on your page wheel grid. That's not counting the people in my memberships and all the other stuff. Mm-hmm. So when I tell you that, look at me, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm still spitballing, and I'm still making money. Yeah. So if you wait until you feel like you're ready, you will never make money and do anything. So like in Gina's case, just pick the whole month of April, because everybody's all into spring cleaning. And instead of throwing all the cleaning things at them, just talk about how great your laundry is. And just do laundry for the whole month of April. That is it. You're going to get sick of it, but everybody else is not even going to see it until you've talked about it 1,800 times. You don't need to jump all over the place and clean your shower and clean your laundry and clean things and clean the cobwebs and do all the things. And oh, by the way, we have lipstick. By then, you've lost them. They don't care. Yep. So just talk
all that
about laundry.
Stuff, yeah. And now once you've made all that stuff, you can reuse it. You don't have to make it again. Yeah. Now your content for laundry is done for the next 10 years, every March and April. Mm-hmm. And then in June, you're going to talk about skincare and keeping out of the sun and doing things like that. And so just look at what you can talk about, and you've got Page Wheel to feed your feed. Watch my emails. My emails are written by Deanna and Page Wheel. They're coming out 3 times a week, and I am getting people emailing me back that I haven't heard from in years. That's awesome. Hey, April, Kim has a question for you. April, if they don't have an email list, where are you sending them to get one started? Oh, what email service provider are you recommending? Right. I'm telling them I use MailerLite. And the reason why I use MailerLite is because my VA loves it and is familiar with it. But ConvertKit gives you 10,000 for free. So you can start there if you want to. Or they can research which one they want. Because what I'm not going to do is tell them what email service provider to use and then have them expect me to help them use it. But I will farm Deanna out, and I've introduced 3 people this week to Deanna if they want to use MailerLite or whatever, and just farm that out to her. She'll do the emails for them. Yeah, there's really no, they all have their quirks, and there's no one that's super way better than the other one.
I
And
know it's just whatever one you
yeah.
will use. She says, do you have a website connected to I've got aprilbrum.com connected to it, but
Yeah,
I use Zapier from Page Wheel to MailerLite.
yeah, it's just the legal part where now you have to be verified through your email domain. So on Flowdesk, I had to put in my website link and then they had to verify and connect it to prove you're a real person, which is cool. I like that. But it's kind of tricky to get that part set up, you know?
Mhm.
I'm not sure. I don't know about that now because MailerLite, is it something that MailerLite would require me to do?
Yes, legally, we have to
Oh,
have it done
well,
to be done in
it,
February.
okay, then everything is all set up. I'm making the
Yeah,
assumption.
I
I
actually,
just set up MailerLite 2 months ago.
I was on, thankfully I was on Big Scoots and I went to Big Scoots and went, and because I'm on the sort of not the cheapest plan, they were like, no problem. And they were really good. Because they have to send some kind of information to Flowdesk, right? To verify that this is actually really your website.
Yeah,
Um, it's to keep scammers, to slow down the people just
sure.
building a quick site and then sending up emails and trying to take all your money.
I think
So
you do
Kim,
that
could
for
I
like,
assume,
Mhm.
do you think I could assume since MailerLite is all up and running and everybody's happy that it's done? Or is there some
I
place
don't
I
know.
should go look?
I would check. It's called email verification or authentication or something like that. Just check in MailerLite or wherever you are. But
Okay,
somewhere they're connecting to your website to get specific information. It's a couple of different things they need. Um, and it was a big hoo-ha in February because it became a requirement. It wasn't just a nice to have, it was now a requirement.
okay.
Which means that
Otherwise,
that's going to exist for all the email service providers. Right?
yeah, and otherwise it's going to it'll probably send, it does send from Flowdesk, but it says it's coming from Flowdesk rather than you, or it sends from MailerLite, it says it's
Oh, I
coming from Mail,
see.
and you can easily get thrown into spam, you know?
Hmm.
I wonder if, because I'm using April at mailsomejoy.com and mailsomejoy.com is just a redirect. It's not an actual working website. I wonder.
Yeah, again, MailerLite will want this information from you, right? Or your BA or whatever.
Mhm.
Um, let me just hang on a second. Let me go to Flowdesk and see what they ask for.
There's a lady in my eWomen group that sort of does this as a business. Like she makes sure that people's emails is
It's
the
the tech,
thing.
right?
I wonder if I
Yeah.
should just hire her and let her like
Just make sure your domain is authenticated with your email. That's all, right? And then if she does do it, let me give you a warning. All right. If it hasn't been done and now it's time and she says, okay, I'll do it and you get it done, go to your most engaged part of your email list and send to them first and slowly drip it out again. Don't send it to everybody at once or it might be considered spam, and
okay.
get thrown. So just warm them up again,
Well,
but
Rachel,
just
I
kind
think
of
I only have
April, I
about
was going to say,
1,600 anyway, though.
April,
I'll have less than 2,000.
have that many, but I still warmed them up because I didn't want to get thrown blacklisted, oh, this is spam. And if you get enough spam reports, you're done.
Okay. What, Janine?
I was just going to say, if I remember right, it's like you have a really good open rate. So
I do.
as long as that is true, then, it's like, I wouldn't pay somebody to review it. If you see that drop off, or it's like, or you're just recycling through your business for efficiency points and it
Mhm.
makes sense in your budget to do it, but it's like, that's just my thought, like how to
Okay.
prioritize all the things. Because we keep talking about like all the things, right? It's like if you have a really good
And
open rate, it's like
it's-
what is going to move the needle for you the most? Probably
yeah.
not that, right?
Okay.
So up until then, you could mail with anything and it was not a problem, right? But because you're business and sending marketing emails is what it is, right? When you're sending marketing emails, they want this.
Okay.
But if you're sending regular emails from your Gmail, which I do to my people too, they don't care about that.
Awesome. Okay. Well, hey, it's 10:05 on Friday. Everybody ready for a great weekend?
Yay. I've got some
Yay.
friends coming in. I've got 2 Trim Healthy Mama friends coming in for the whole weekend, and we're going to have food fellowship and food prep.
Yay. Super
It'll be
That's
so
fun.
fun. Yeah, the captain's leaving in the morning on a trip, and we're going to play the rest of the weekend. And so I'm about to go Both of my boys' bedrooms will be occupied, so I'm about to go sort of spiff them up a little bit and turn them into an Airbnb.
Awesome.
boy.
Right? Yeah, I told my boys, I'm like, y'all aren't going to be home this weekend, are you?
It's like, you're not
I
gonna.
need you not. This is the only weekend I would ever say, don't come home this weekend. But it's opening weekend for turkey season, so you know they're not going to be home.
All right. Yay. Okay, everybody. Well, I'm going to call it. And yes, I'll record this, or it was
Thanks,
getting
Janine.
recorded, and we'll get it up on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, I saw all the Feature Fridays on learn.pagewheel.com/replays, but I didn't see any Monday
Oh, April, yeah, thank you. And I did get that message from you. So I was thinking about that, and I was like, because the ones that lent themselves to it, I've been putting them in the blog post, but I think what I'll do is, even though I'm using them there, I will also just make workshop Monday posts that are just video, like here's the brief summary of what we talked about.
Yeah, because I think that
Because some of them
I'm
don't
getting
lend
enough
themselves.
people now, though, that they're just like, I work a full-time job. I can't be somewhere at Monday at noon, but I want to see it.
Yeah. Okay. We'll
And
just
there's
start.
value in watching what we're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll just make workshop Monday. I'll just throw them on the YouTube channel, just like we do Feature Fridays, and
That'd
put
be
them.
great if you don't mind. Thank you.
No, no problem at all. Thanks for that.
Yay.
All the suggestions. I always walk away from these with a to-do list. You guys are
Now,
awesome.
Kim, that is something that I do on Gmail. Just the people that have used my affiliate link for Page Wheel, I do have them in a list, and I blind
Yeah.
copy when there's a recording of something or whatever. I mean, there's only like 40 or 50 of them. And
Yeah.
we'll send them, here's the recording from Friday or whatever, because I don't want my affiliate referrals to churn. That's several $100s a month for me. And
Oh, I see. You
people,
mean, so you're sending them information to keep them connected to you and all that, right?
to
As
well,
affiliates?
just to keep Page Wheel top of mind for them so that they don't cancel their membership, because
Oh,
they
yeah.
don't have a membership through me. They have a membership with Page Wheel with my affiliate link, because that was before agency school.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a good idea, because that way you're right. You don't want them to just kind of forget about it and then, well, they'll think, well, I'm never using this. So what? If you just keep throwing things out saying, hey, here's how great it is, they're just gonna be like,
Yes,
I'm never letting this go.
exactly. And some of them were on the 27 and some of them were on the 47. So I'm just keeping them going, and I'm not gonna move them necessarily because I don't know why. I mean, I guess I could, but I almost feel loyal to Page Wheel to say, like they're paying Page Wheel and I'm earning 30%.
Yeah.
Could I move them over and have them pay me the whole thing? Probably, but
Maybe someday.
I'm just
Not right
moving
now.
forward. I know, but then I still feel like I'm taking money from Page Wheel. So
Yeah, well, you may just find that your business model shifts, and all the affiliate stuff you've put out there is still out there, but you're really focusing on coaching agency people, or something where
yeah,
they.
I'm doing it different moving forward, but the ones from before,
You're not throwing them away either. Yeah.
I'm not moving them over.
But you're not going to abandon them either, because hey, it's still paying you for a minimal amount of work at this point. Rachel
Oh,
and
I've
Holly.
probably got 20, I don't know, that are paying me $8 a month. That's not nothing.
Yeah.
No, heck
April, you
no.
could also offer to do an audit, a live audit that everyone else gets to watch, and that will help maybe if there's someone who's like, stuck, or it's not, like basically they need help with it.
Yeah.
And that could help other people or bring back to why they got it and now they know
Okay.
what to do with it or something like that.
Okay. How would you and the team feel about if like for instance, there's one lady in particular I'm thinking about that is on the 27. She likely has not used it at all. And I know that Rachel had said, if we're not doing any help onboarding, nothing, that we have to at least charge 27 for our agency seats. But I think that's way too low because they're getting the business level when they do an agency seat with us. Is to say, kind of like she does with us, you pay this amount a month or you pay this amount per year. I wonder if I offered these $27 a month people a yearly business price to do one of my seats for the whole year.
I double dog dare you to try it and see what happens.
Well, but then that means they would cancel their PageWheel account with PageWheel, and then they would move over to me and have a year-long thing. There's something in my spirit that is like, I feel like I'm taking money away from Rachel and Holly doing that.
You have to be successful for them. They're making money from you, right?
Yeah.
And then you're bringing people in on the enterprise level. So they're making money from that, right?
We are totally cool with our own business model. You use whichever aspect of it works the best for you.
Okay.
Let me
I
set
still
you
have that little
free.
thing inside of me that wants
That
to.
is a false belief that's holding you back. Who's a coach here?
Stop being so ethical.
Oh dear. Okay.
Yes.
You
Okay. Go for it. All right, guys. Well, have a great weekend. See you next week. See you Monday.
Thank y'all. See ya.